Sometimes the feeling of being stuck is simply your soul whispering, "It's time to come home to yourself." And if you are hearing that whisper right now, I want you to know I am with you, not to push you, not to judge you, only to hold a gentle light while you remember who you are. There is a particular kind of heaviness that can arrive around 40 and beyond. You may be doing all the right things, paying the bills, caring for people, showing up, being responsible, and yet inside you there is this quiet ache, a sense that life has become a hallway with no doors. You wake up and you think, "Is this it?" And then you scold yourself for even asking because you tell yourself you should be grateful. You see, gratitude and truth can live in the same heart. You can be grateful and still want more aliveness. You can love your family and still long for your own expansion. You can be competent and still feel tired. That does not make you unkind. It makes you human. So let's begin here with kindness. Take a soft breath in and let it out slowly. Notice where you feel stuck in your body. Some people feel it in the throat, like words they never said. Some feel it in the chest, like a weight of old sadness. Some feel it in the belly, where fear likes to hide. Just notice, no fixing, no forcing, simply noticing. I know this to be true. The point of power is always in the present moment, not in the decade behind you, not in the years you think you wasted, not in the choices you didn't make, not in the opportunities you believe you missed. The point of power is in this breath, right now. And in this moment you can choose a new thought. This is only a thought, and a thought can be changed. Many people think being stuck means something is wrong with them, but very often being stuck is simply a pattern that once kept you safe. It is a way the mind tries to protect you from disappointment, rejection, failure, or even from shining too brightly. At some point you learned, if I don't hope too much, I won't hurt as much. Or, if I stay small, I won't be criticized. Or, if I keep everyone else happy, I will be loved. Those were not bad strategies. They were survival strategies, and you can thank them for getting you here. Then you can let them soften, because you are not that powerless child anymore. Sometimes we reach midlife, and we realize we have been carrying an invisible suitcase. We packed it long ago with expectations, shoulds, and old voices. We carry it to work, to relationships, into our own bedroom. It is heavy, and we call that heaviness stuck. What if we opened that suitcase together, gently, and decided what still belongs to you? There is no shame in outgrowing an old identity. There is no shame in wanting a new chapter. Life loves you, and life is always offering you a fresh page. Now I want to speak directly to the part of you that says, "But I'm 40, 50, 60. It's too late." Sweetheart, time is not punishing you. Time is inviting you. Your years have given you wisdom, contrast, strength, and a deeper knowing of what matters. You are not behind, you are here. And here is enough to begin. When you reset your life, you are not erasing your past. You are updating your relationship with it. You are saying, "Thank you for what you taught me, and I am choosing differently now." So let's create a simple, loving framework, a 30-day reset. Not a punishment, not a race, not a rigid program that makes you feel like you failed if you miss a day. This is a gentle practice, like watering a garden. And gardens do not bloom because we yell at them. They bloom because we tend them. Over the next 30 days, we will do 4 things, again and again, in many small ways. We will notice the thought. We will soften the body. We will choose a kinder statement. We will take one loving action. And the miracle is not in perfection. The miracle is in consistency. Many people find that when they show up for themselves daily, even in tiny ways, life begins to feel more spacious. Let's start with the first part. Noticing the thought. When you feel stuck, what do you say to yourself? Do you say nothing changes? Do you say, I don't know what I'm doing? Do you say, I missed my chance? Do you say, I'm too old to start over? Do you say, I should be further along? You see, the words you say inside your mind are not harmless. They are instructions to your nervous system. They tell your body whether it is safe to expand or whether it must brace. If you tell yourself it's too late, your body tightens, your breath gets shallow, your imagination closes. Of course you feel stuck. Your system is protecting you from movement. So we begin by telling the truth with love. I have been afraid, and then we add the doorway, and I am willing to take the next step. That is a powerful sentence. I have been afraid, and I am willing to take the next step. Now the second part, softening the body. Because you cannot think your way into freedom while your body is in survival. Place a hand on your heart or your belly, wherever it feels right, and whisper, you are safe. Again, you are safe. Not because everything is perfect, but because you are here, you are breathing, and you are learning to be on your own side. You may have spent years bracing, shoulders up, jaw tight, stomach clenched, always preparing for the next demand. It takes courage to relax. Relaxing is an act of trust, and trust is something you can practice. Now the third part, choosing a kinder statement. This is where our affirmations become like seeds. Some people say, affirmations don't work for me. And I understand. If your inner voice has been harsh for decades, a loving sentence may feel unfamiliar. It may even feel false at first. That does not mean it isn't working. It means you are waking up to the contrast. Affirmations are not magic spells. They are new directions. They are like turning the steering wheel a few degrees, and over time you arrive somewhere different. So let's begin with a very gentle one. You can say it out loud if you like, or quietly inside. I am willing to begin again. I am willing to begin again. I am willing to begin again. Notice how that feels in your body. If there is resistance, that is okay. Resistance is often just fear wearing a mask. You can place a hand on that resistance and say, thank you for trying to protect me. You may rest. Now another seed. The point of power is always in the present moment. The point of power is always in the present moment. The point of power is always in the present moment. And another, life loves me. Life loves me. Life loves me. And one more, all is well in my world. All is well in my world. All is well in my world. We are not denying challenges. We are building an inner foundation that can hold you while you change. Now the fourth part, one loving action. Because change is not only a thought, it is a lived experience. A loving action might be as simple as drinking a glass of water and telling yourself you deserve care. It might be making one phone call you have been avoiding. It might be taking a 10-minute walk and letting your eyes notice beauty again. It might be clearing one drawer, one corner, one surface, not to be perfect, but to create space. It might be saying no one time where you usually say yes to keep peace. It might be writing down what you truly want, even if you don't know how you'll get it yet. You see, your life is not reset by one grand gesture. It is reset by daily devotion to your own well-being. Now I want to talk about the root of being stuck, because it is rarely about circumstances alone. Often, being stuck is about permission. Somewhere inside, a younger part of you believes you are not allowed to change, not allowed to disappoint anyone, not allowed to outgrow your role, not allowed to be happy if others are struggling, not allowed to want more. And that younger part deserves compassion. Close your eyes for a moment, if it feels safe. Imagine you are meeting the younger you, the one who learned to be careful. Maybe they are 10, maybe they are 15, maybe they are 5. Look into their eyes with tenderness and say, I am here now. Say, you did not do anything wrong. Say, you deserve good things. Say, we can take small steps. Your inner child does not need a perfect adult. Your inner child needs a present adult. The point of power is always in the present moment. Now let me share a picture with you. Imagine your life is a river. For years, you may have been standing on the bank, watching it move, telling yourself you cannot step in because it is too cold or too fast, or you don't know how to swim. But rivers are not here to scare you. Rivers are here to carry you forward. And when you put one foot in, you discover the water knows how to hold you. In the same way, life knows how to support you when you participate. You do not need to see the entire path. You only need the next step. So in this 30-day reset, we are going to work with the next step. Every day, you will ask yourself one simple question. What is one loving thing I can do for myself today? Not 10 things, not a dramatic overhaul. One loving thing, because self-love is not an idea. It is a daily practice. Now, if you want, we can bring in a beautiful Louise-style tool, mirror work. Some people feel shy about this. That's okay. You can begin slowly. Stand in front of a mirror or sit with a small mirror or even imagine your reflection. Look into your own eyes, not to criticize, not to check, not to evaluate, just to meet yourself and softly say, I am here for you. Again, I am here for you. You may notice emotion, tears, anger, numbness. That is okay. Often we have been abandoned by our own attention for a long time. When you finally show up, the heart responds. Then say, I love you and I am willing to learn how to make life work for us. Even if you can only whisper it, even if you don't fully believe it yet, willingness is enough. Now let's talk about the idea of resetting your life in 30 days in a way that supports you, not pressures you. 30 days is not a deadline, it is a container. It is like saying, for this month, I choose me. And when you choose you, you do not become selfish. You become whole. You may have spent years putting yourself last. You may have called it love. You may have called it responsibility. And maybe it was. But if you have been living as though your needs do not matter, the soul eventually says, I cannot breathe here. That is when you feel stuck. So we give the soul air. We give the heart space. We give the mind a new direction. Here is a gentle rhythm you can return to each day during these 30 days. In the morning, before you pick up the world, pick up yourself. Put a hand on your heart and say, good morning, beautiful. Yes, even if you feel messy, even if you feel tired, especially then. Then ask, what thought do I want to live in today? Choose one thought, one seed, one affirmation. Perhaps, I am open to new possibilities. Or, I trust the timing of my life. Or, I deserve to feel good. Or, I am learning to listen to myself. Then, sometime during the day, take one loving action that matches that thought. If your thought is, I deserve to feel good, maybe you take a break without apologizing. If your thought is, I am open to new possibilities, maybe you research a class, a skill, a hobby. If your thought is, I trust the timing of my life, maybe you stop rushing and do one thing slowly. If your thought is, I am learning to listen to myself, maybe you say yes to what you want and no to what drains you. And at night before you sleep, release the day. Say, I did the best I could with what I knew. And then add, and I am learning. You see, self-forgiveness is a reset button. When you forgive yourself, you free up energy for change. Now I want to address something very tender, regret. Because so many people at 40 plus carry regret like a stone in their pocket. They replay choices, they mourn time, they compare themselves to others, they think of what might have been. And I want to offer you a truth that can soften that stone. Your past did the best it could with the consciousness you had then. You could not have made today's choices with yesterday's awareness. So instead of using the past as a weapon, you can use it as wisdom. Regret says, I should have known. Wisdom says, now I know. And now you know. Now you are here. Now you can choose again. There was a woman I once spoke with who believed she had ruined her life by staying in a job she disliked for 20 years. She said, I'm too old to start over. And I asked her, what would you do if you believed you were allowed? She was quiet for a long time, and then she said, I would paint. Just that, paint. And I said, then let that be your next step. Not quitting everything overnight, not demanding perfection, just paint. She began with 15 minutes a day. She felt silly at first. She thought, what's the point? But the point was not the painting. The point was her aliveness. Over time, that 15 minutes became an hour. Her mood lifted. She began to meet new people. New opportunities appeared, not as a magic trick, but as a natural response to her inner shift. She changed her thoughts about herself. She changed her relationship with time, and life responded. Life loves you. When you give life a signal that you are ready, life often brings you support. Now you may be thinking, but my circumstances are real, my responsibilities are real, my body is tired, my finances are tight, my relationship is complicated. Yes, and your inner relationship with those circumstances matters. When you begin to speak to yourself with love, you begin to see choices you couldn't see before. Your inner wisdom knows. It knows what is possible. It knows what needs to be released. It knows what wants to be born. Let's come back to the body for a moment, because the body is honest. If you are stuck, your body may feel sluggish, inflamed, tense, or heavy. Often the body is holding years of unspoken no. So for this reset, I invite you to practice one small act of body kindness each day. It could be stretching your neck slowly. It could be walking for 5 minutes and feeling your feet on the ground. It could be breathing into the belly and letting the ribs soften. It could be placing a warm hand over your heart and saying, I am listening. Sometimes healing is not about doing more. Sometimes healing is about making safety. And safety allows movement. Now let's talk about the mind's favorite trick, comparison. Comparison is like looking at someone else's garden and forgetting you have your own seeds. You look at their flowers and you think you are behind, but you do not know their soil. You do not know their storms. You do not know their unseen work. Your path is yours, and the point of power is always in the present moment. So if your mind begins to compare, you can gently say, that is not my garden, and return to your own. Now I want to give you a practice you can use any time you feel overwhelmed. A simple reset in 1 minute. Stop. Put both feet on the ground. Exhale. Then say, this is only a moment. Then say, I am safe in this moment. Then say, I can choose a new thought. And choose one, I choose peace. I choose kindness. I choose courage. I choose the next step. You see, your life is made of moments. When you can reset a moment, you can reset a day. When you can reset a day, you can reset a month. And over time, you reset a life. Now, there is another reason people feel stuck at 40+ identity. You may have built a life around being the reliable one, the strong one, the caretaker, the achiever, the peacemaker, the responsible one, and those identities can become cages when you forget you are more than a role. So for this reset, we gently expand identity and we say, I am not only what I do for others, I am who I am. We let the self be more than the job title, more than the relationship status, more than the history. Try this affirmation with me. I allow myself to be new. I allow myself to be new. I allow myself to be new. And another, I give myself permission to grow. I give myself permission to grow. I give myself permission to grow. Feel the softness in those words. Permission is powerful. Now let's talk about letting go, because reset requires release. If you have been stuck, you may be holding on to old resentments, old disappointments, old self-criticism, and old stories about what is possible. Holding on can feel familiar, but familiar does not mean healthy. I want you to imagine you are holding a rope tied to the past, and you have been pulling, trying to make the past different. Pulling, exhausting yourself. A reset is when you open your hand. You stop arguing with what was, and you place your hand on your heart instead. You can say, I release the past with love. I release the past with love. I release the past with love. And then, I am free to create now. I am free to create now. I am free to create now. If any part of you says, but they hurt me, or but I failed, or but it wasn't fair, you can answer with compassion, yes, and I deserve peace. You deserve peace. You deserve good things. Now, there may be people in your life who are comfortable with the old you. When you begin to change, they may resist. They may say, who do you think you are? They may call you selfish. They may try to pull you back into the familiar. And this is where you remember, your life is yours. You can be loving without abandoning yourself. You can be kind without being compliant. You can be generous without being depleted. A reset often begins with boundaries, not harsh walls, but loving doors. Doors you can open and close. You can practice a simple boundary sentence. That doesn't work for me. Or, I need time to think about that. Or, I can't do that today. And then breathe. And remember, you are safe. Now I want to bring you back to the garden metaphor, and because it is so gentle. In a garden, we do not dig up the seed every day to check if it is growing. We plant, we water, we trust. So if you choose a new thought today, do not demand immediate proof. Do not say, well, nothing changed by lunchtime. Be patient with your own unfolding. Your inner world is reorganizing. Your nervous system is learning a new language. Think of an old radio with static. For years you may have listened to the same station of worry and criticism. When you turn the dial, the first sound is not music, it's more static. That is the mind adjusting. Keep turning gently. 1 degree, 1 breath, 1 kinder sentence. Soon you begin to hear a clearer signal, your loving guidance. And when you follow that guidance, even a little, you start to feel movement again. Life loves you, and life responds to your practice. Now let's do a longer affirmation sequence together. One you can return to during these 30 days. If you are able, breathe slowly. Let your shoulders drop. Let your tongue relax. And repeat after me, out loud if you like. In the infinity of life where I am, all is well. In the infinity of life where I am, all is well. In the infinity of life where I am, all is well. I am willing to release the old story. I am willing to release the old story. I am willing to release the old story. I trust myself to take the next step. I trust myself to take the next step. I trust myself to take the next step. I deserve to feel alive again. I deserve to feel alive again. I deserve to feel alive again. Life loves me and I love me. Life loves me and I love me. Life loves me and I love me. You are doing beautiful work. Even listening is a step. Even breathing with intention is a step. Now there will be days in your 30-day reset when you feel inspired, and there will be days when you feel flat. That is normal. Healing is not a straight line. Growth has seasons. On the flat days, your practice becomes even simpler. You do not force joy, you offer gentleness. You say, "Today I will be kind to myself," and that is enough. Sometimes the most powerful reset is rest. Sometimes the bravest action is saying, "I need help." Sometimes the greatest growth is letting yourself be held by a friend, a therapist, a community, a spiritual practice, by life itself. You are not meant to do everything alone. Now let me offer you another image. A room with windows. When you feel stuck, it's as if you have been living in a room with the curtains closed for years. You forgot there was sunlight. You forgot there was a view. A reset is not moving to a new house overnight. A reset can be opening one curtain. What is your curtain? Is it the belief "I can't"? Is it the habit of saying yes when you mean no? Is it the way you talk to your body? Is it the way you dismiss your desires? Is it the way you postpone joy? Choose one curtain. Open it a little. Let light in. And remember, you do not have to know the whole plan, and you only need the next loving choice. Now, if you are truly ready to make these 30 days meaningful, I invite you to commit to one simple thing. No more bullying yourself. When you catch self-criticism, pause and ask, "Would I speak to a child this way?" Of course not. So why speak to yourself this way? If you make a mistake, you can say, "I forgive myself." If you feel afraid, you can say, "I am safe." If you feel behind, you can say, "My timing is perfect for me." If you feel uncertain, you can say, "I am willing to learn." That is a reset. That is a new relationship with you. Now let's address purpose, because many people at 40 plus feel stuck because they have lost connection with meaning. Purpose is not always a career. Purpose is not always one big destiny. Purpose can be the way you live today. Purpose can be the way you speak to yourself. Purpose can be the way you bring presence to a simple act. Purpose can be how you heal your heart and then share that softness with the world. Sometimes purpose begins as curiosity. What are you curious about? What makes you lose track of time? What did you love before life got so heavy? What would you do if you knew you could not fail? You do not have to answer perfectly. You can simply be willing to explore. Curiosity is a door, and doors are how hallways become homes. Now in these 30 days, it may be helpful to keep a small notebook, not to track perfection, but to witness yourself. Each night you can write one sentence. Today I did one loving thing for myself, and it was, and then you fill it in. That simple witnessing builds trust, and trust is the soil where change grows. If you miss a day, you do not start over in shame. You simply return. You say, "I am back. Life loves you. There is no punishment in love." Now, let's come to a gentle closing together. Not an ending, but an integration. Take a breath in and let it go. Feel your body supported by the chair, the bed, the floor. Feel the steadiness beneath you. And remember these truths. You are not too late. You are not stuck forever. You are not broken. You are in a moment of awakening. The point of power is always in the present moment. And in this present moment, you can choose love. Say to yourself now, softly, "I am willing to begin again. I am willing to trust myself. I am willing to let life support me." And if you want, place your hand on your heart and say, "I love you." Again, "I love you." One more time, "I love you." Let that be your reset. Let that be your first day. Even if it's day one again, every time you choose kindness, you are creating a new life. All is well in your world, not because everything is perfect, but because you are learning to be present, to be gentle, and to choose new thoughts. And when you do that, life begins to open. Life loves you, and so do you, more and more every day.